Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 272. It is Tuesday morning, Election Day, and got up early and went to vote. When I got up, there was a suspicious vehicle outside my house. And, I mentioned my parents lived across the street. My mom was going to follow me to the polling place, and she pulled her window down and asked if she could help them. Can I help you? And they said personal business, which is not good because there's actually been some threats lately against me. So we went and voted. My wife was still home. Called the neighbor. He was keeping an eye on it. Came back home, and the vehicle's still there, so I took a picture of the license plate, pulled into my driveway, called the police, and the police picked up immediately, which they don't. So I don't know why they would pick up my call immediately. It didn't go to any kind of recording or anything. That should tell you something. And I told them, this is my address, and there's a car outside. This is the description. They're like, hold on. I said, okay, do you want the license plate? They said, hold on, I'm talking to the people on duty right now. So I waited for a minute, and she came back, and she said, okay, nothing to worry about. We know what it is. You can just go about your business. I said, well, you want the license plate and the description? And she said, no, we know what it is. So I think that means that they must have had a credible threat against me for the things that I've been saying and the things that I've been advocating for, which obviously, you guys know me, I'm not a violent or a bad person at all. All I want is peace and harmony for everybody. But then even other people involved and even candidates didn't have this in front of their house, but I did. So I feel like it must be the police because the vehicle was tinted windows all the way around. So I feel like that's most likely what it is, but it's kind of scary. I think it's more scary to have police protection than to not have it because they know things I don't know. And if they know something that I don't know, then, that unknown is pretty scary. I felt bad for this poor neighbor that I couldn't say anything to. He's walking around the neighborhood, and he took 3 laps around the neighborhood while I was there. So if that's a cop in that car, he's keeping a close eye on this guy because he probably thinks that he's some kind of a bad actor. But so my other neighbor right now is sitting outside with his kids waiting for the school bus. But it's pretty scary. My views are not exactly extremist, but to have something like that go on in your life, it's kind of hard to explain, man. It really is very, very odd. I never thought that would ever happen. I thought in my life if I ever had a run-in with the police, it's because I was accused of something I didn't do. I've thought about that kind of stuff before. What do you do if you're accused of something and you didn't do anything wrong? I've thought about that, but I've never thought of I need protection because of my views. Man, that seems a little bit extreme. So if it's the police, thank you. I appreciate it. If it's not the police, then I'm more scared. But anyway, I did vote this morning, and hopefully the right people win. Keep everybody safe and keep taxes low and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, today is Tuesday, and I'm heading to the office. I'm now going to be late getting to work. I let my boss know I'd be a few minutes late, so that should be all right. And hopefully we have a good day today. Going to be a couple minor stops today, and hopefully make $500 or $600 would be nice. Last night, as you know, I'm a 7 stars with Caesars, and I I knew this, but I recently rediscovered the fact that I can get free bets, sports bets online. And so, in order to get that $150 free, you have to place $100 in bets. So yesterday, and I don't even know the game, I have to look it up because I don't care about sports at all. But so yesterday I placed a couple sports bets one on DraftKings for $100 to win 110, and one of them on Caesars for $100 to win $100 on the same game. So no matter what, I'm going to break even or I'm going to make 100. It was the Chicago Blackhawks and Seattle Kraken. I had under 5.5 and over 5.5. So either way, I was going to win. But it ended up being a total of 4, in case you were wondering. And under 5.5 is the one that paid me 110 on DraftKings. So I made $10, and now I have a free $150 bet with Caesars, which hopefully I use correctly this time. So I'll make sure I do the right thing. Right now, we are going to head to the office, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. Just leaving the office, 10:30 a.m. Got word from my wife that there are 3 or 4 other police cars about less than a quarter mile from my house also. So hopefully everything is good. I feel safe. I feel fine. Not stressed. I got a lot of my work done today, and I'm planning ahead. So I'm setting my system up so that while I'm out of town in Vegas, which I'm going to be using sick time for that. So while I'm on my sick time, everything can kind of resolve itself and get itself ready, reports and things like that, but not send itself out like it normally would, because that wouldn't make sense. If I'm not there and I'm sick and I can't work, why would my reports be going through? So I got that all set up so that it doesn't send, but it'll go into a folder, and then I can just send it as soon as I'm supposedly back. So that's all good. Right now, so I've got this week's work is done, next week's work is done, which is when I'm out of town, and I'm getting change tickets and stuff ready for the week after. So when I get back from my trip, it will be like a Wednesday night, I believe. That way, that Thursday and Friday, I don't have to really do much work. And then when I come in on Monday, that week's work is ready to go. I just have to turn it on. So all that is good. Right now, we are heading to the casino. And, this morning was like 33 degrees. It's already up to 50. And it's heading towards 60 today. So that's very nice. No chance of rain. Beautiful weather. Light clouds in the sky. Fall day. So get out and vote. And by the time you hear this, it'll be too late. But hopefully everybody voted. And hopefully the right candidates win that are looking out for the best for our country and our local communities, and that's all that matters. To me, it doesn't matter which party you vote for, as long as you're voting for people who genuinely care and are going to do the right thing. So, to a point, right? I mean, there's certain groups that you would never vote for, but they might be okay in this election. There may be a couple candidates that are kind of questionable, but hopefully we're praying for the best to happen everywhere. So that's what's going on right now. We're heading to the casino, and I'll be back to update you. Okay, guys, I'm back. I was in there for almost an hour. We're heading back to the office. We're going to stop by Wendy's, and I've been using like all my points. I'm having points expire at a lot of these fast food places because I haven't eaten fast food in so long. So I've got 900 something points at Wendy's. 800 points gets you a Dave's Double. We got that with no bun, extra lettuce, a little mustard on top. Should be pretty good. Normally like $7. We'll get that for free, and we'll have that on the way back to the office. and we'll get back to work. As far as this place, pretty desolate. I saw the morning guy, and he was just finishing up for the day, and he said there was nothing in there. I played one play, ended up ahead $18 right away. Played another one, lost $17, so I was ahead $1.09 to be exact. And then I saw my friend and talked to him for a minute, and he told me he's going back to work at the casino again. He stopped working at the casino because APing was more money, and now he's going back to the casino again because it's not enough money again. So we'll go through all these different stages, and sometimes flushing some people out is a good thing. Unfortunately, he's kind of caught in the middle right now, and I told you he's been doing this for about 20 years. So he's going back to the casino. He'd rather do that than travel. Yeah, so I ended up finding one other play, playing that through, and ended my session ahead. How much am I ahead? 11? 13? Something like that. So, not very much. And it is, the answer is 11. So plus 11 for that session. And we're getting to Wendy's right now, and then back to the office. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So it is early enough here that we may be able to do something else. Meeting with my manager was canceled. He's busy looking at some log files, so that's fine. So we're leaving the office now. I don't have enough fuel. I have enough probably to get to the casino, and then we'll need to look for a place to stop to get more. But depending on timing and how fast we get in and out of that casino, we may be able to go play some poker before we go home. So let's check on that, and I'll come back and let you know how things go at the casino and whether or not we're going to play poker. Alright guys, I am back. A little bit of frustration right now, having some trouble with a few systems here. So I go to the casino, walk in, looking around, a couple small plays. I'm about even, slightly down, something like that. And then I see this guy playing this machine, and it's in really, really good position. And I decide to wait around for him. I go run around, do some other things, and come back. And one play I found was an $8 a spin play. And I thought it was going to take like $100, maybe $200 to hit this thing. But this thing dragged on and on and on. And I was involved in this machine for a total of $500 before it finally hit. And it hit for $738, and I still had money in the machine, so I was in real good shape. And then I go back to where that guy is, and he's just finishing up the play, so that thing is dead. And I'm getting ready to leave. I'm ahead like $311 or something like that. So I'm getting ready to go, and I remembered that I had just this little $5 free play that I'd forgotten about. I didn't play it earlier, didn't play it now, so I thought I'll just play it. And there's a dollar machine right next to the cash out machine, and I saw that the last person had played $5, and it looked like it was 5 lines. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do one spin of this machine. Most of the time, those $1 5-line machines either pay you $0 or $5. So I'm like, I don't really want to go look for something to play. I'll just play that. Ends up actually costing me $9, and I played that, and I ended up hitting it right away, and I ended up walking away ahead $381. So plus $381, which is very good. And then I thought, there's a gas station nearby. I'll just go to that gas station. I had their app. I pulled up their app. I was going to save like 30 cents a gallon. I was excited about that. Made it a decent price. So I go to the pump. It says cash or credit. I say credit. It says put in your credit card. Put in the credit card. It says approved. You may pump the gas. I'm like, yeah, but it never asked me my phone number for the app info. There's no barcode to scan on the app or anything. I'm like, what is going on? So I canceled that. I go inside, and I actually tried it twice. I go inside, and the lady is like, hold on. And she's putting $80 in the safe, and it takes her like 50 tries to open the safe. She opens it, she puts in the money, she gets a couple fives out to put in the till. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm holding. And then it's my turn finally. And I tell her my issue. She said, I don't know, I just started working here. Meanwhile, her work mate is standing right next to her, and she doesn't help. It's like, and then there's another guy, and he doesn't help. I'm like, screw this. So I ended up just going out there, pumping the gas. Then I saw on their app where you could submit a receipt, so I submitted the receipt, and hopefully I get the rest of it back. But it's like, how do these people work there if they weren't taught how to do the job? I don't get it. So, and then I tried to get into an app that I was working on also, and that kept logging me out. Every time I'd get in, it would log me out. So I don't know what happened there, but I had some money on it, like $700, so I need to get that straightened out. And then I was going to get on the list for the poker club, and that was giving me a problem. So I'm like, and then actually there's too many people in line. I'm just going to swing by, and if there's no line, or if it looks like it's close, I'll play. Otherwise, I'm going to head home. So anyway, I'm going to go back to this app, find out what's going on, try it again. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. It is update time. It is actually morning. I didn't add obviously to the episode last night, but let me update you on what happened. Went home and did all the family stuff, and it was election time, and I had two candidates that absolutely had to win. And when the numbers first started rolling out, they were both very far behind, like 20% behind. And one of them actually won, and the more important one actually lost. And it's actually pretty bad, because all the changes that we've been working on and making and stuff like that are now going to be erased. A lot of issues that are very important in my area are going to go backwards, unfortunately, and that is due to the way that some people are greedy and want fame, and they'll actually end up with too many people of the same party running. And that's why in a lot of states the governor is one party and the state majority is another party, because a lot of states more than one person of the same party can run, and the majority party will run 3 people, and the minority party will run 1, and they'll win. And that's exactly what happened here. It came down to a couple hundred votes, and the extra person who wouldn't withdraw got over 1,000 votes of that. So over almost 2,000 votes of that. So, well, anyway, long story short, that didn't work out, and things are going to be miserable for at least 2 years, probably 4 years in the area. So it's very unfortunate, but there's only so much that you can do. I volunteered a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, a lot of my efforts, a lot of my money, and that's all I could do right now. So right now, very disappointed, but what are you going to do? Last night also, I stayed up after the election because I couldn't sleep, and I actually played some online, and actually played 2 tournaments online and cashed in both of them, one pot limit Omaha and one no limit. And it wasn't a huge amount of money, a few $100s. One was like 400 and one a couple hundred, but they were small stakes, small buy-ins. One of them came in the top, I believe, 11 out of 280, and one of them came in the top 8 out of 184, maybe, something like that. So I'm pleased about that, but that's not going to pay the bills. So stay tuned here, and we'll do the next episode and see what happens. As far as our segments for yesterday, I did have what did you eat today? That was the Wendy's double cheese, Dave's double, and it was okay, except they didn't give me a knife and fork, so it's a little bit messy when you don't have a bun and they don't give you enough lettuce, even though you put extra lettuce. And so I had that. I give that an 8 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? Actually, did not do anything that I would need to tip on, so did not tip anything yesterday. And what did you learn today, MW? Well, last night I learned that my thoughts were right, and having too many candidates in the race, even though the majority of people support those candidates, does not equal a victory. And it'll be back to the drawing board if I decide to get back and continue to volunteer and help and do all that stuff, which I don't know right now. Can't think about it. I'm too busy with what's going on. So for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.